Hello there everyone, and welcome to your weekly MTA plan work video for the Queens subways and the LIRR for the last weekend of April 2019. This is the weekend of Friday, April 26, 2019, and lasting until Monday, April 29th, 2019. We of course have a lot to get into. I suggest for A-Train riders, stay tuned because you're going to have a big headache this weekend. And I'll give some good news, believe it or not, about the J line this weekend. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but yes, we have some good news about the J. And the usual nonsense around the Queens Boulevard line. So that's a quick preview of what your Queens subways will be this weekend. And I'll mention for the Long Island Railroad, there's going to be a little bit of a headache on the Piedmont branch this weekend. So, without further ado, let's get started. First up, how is our purple friend doing this weekend? Well, on the 7, there's no planned work. Good news also on the N line is there is no planned work at all on the Ditmars line. So if you pre-purchase tickets to see Avengers Endgame this weekend at Kaufman Theater, you will be able to make your showing on time. So that's excellent. And I'll mention this right now. A lot of the theaters are going to be open 24 hours this weekend because there's such high demand for this movie. And I'll also mention that the runtime is 3 hours. So if you're taking the bus in New York City to get to your movie theater, I would suggest to be wary of the schedules this weekend. Alright, now to the M line. And this is going to last all the way till Memorial Day weekend. And I'll mention this right now, this is only on weekends. This will not be on weekdays, in case anybody is wondering. So pretty much, let's just go with the notion that we're going to go from this weekend, the 26th through the 29th, 10 p.m. Friday to 1:30 a.m. on Monday, April 29th. And of course, this will go on until Memorial Day weekend. Services extended to the 2nd Avenue 96th Street station in Manhattan. Because I'll tell you why they're doing this. And the MTA really didn't give a good explanation, but I can. Because there's going to be signal modernization along the Queens Boulevard line. Thus, like every Friday, the M service will be ending early along the Queens Boulevard line that goes to Forest Hill 71st Avenue. The weekend service will run days and evenings between Middle Village Metropolitan Avenue and 4750th Street Rockefeller Plaza, via the F to and from Lexington Avenue and 63rd Street, and via the Q to and from 2nd Avenue 96th Street. Overnights between 1:30 a.m. and 6 a.m., partial M service will run between Metropolitan Avenue in Queens and Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn. Good news on the R is the R will be running along the Queens Boulevard line this weekend. Now to the E line, 27th through the 29th, 12:01 a.m. Saturday to 5 a.m. Monday. E trains will run local in both directions between Queens Plaza. It will run local between Queens Plaza and Forest Hill 71st Avenue in Queens due to signal modernization. The same time on the F, it will be running local between 21st Street Queensbridge and Forest Hill 71st Avenue due to signal modernization. I will quickly mention this right now. If you are leaving from City Terminal Zone this weekend and you want to take the LIRR into the city this weekend, I would recommend that option if you can do that and if you don't want to deal with local service. Now, again, I'm very happy about this because remember, you, of course, have the mall traffic going to Queens Center Mall and Elmhurst. So, of course, you want that extra service at Woodhaven Boulevard. So that's very good for those people. And especially, again, if you're coming from Jamaica, you do have that privilege. So I would suggest take advantage if you can. If you are coming from Jamaica, as an example. Now, to the much anticipated A train service change. And this is highly anticipated because I'm sure if you've been riding the A this week, you probably have seen flyers at your station, but I will go into it. This will be starting on April 27th, 3:30 a.m. Saturday to 10 p.m. Sunday on April 28th. And I'll also mention this will also be taking place again next weekend, May 4th and May 5th. So I will remind everybody again next weekend in next week's service changes video. But anyhow, A service between Euclid Avenue in Brooklyn and Lefferts Boulevard, Howard Beach, Queens is replaced by free shuttle buses or the Q10 bus. And I'll quickly explain as we go along. The A train will run in two sections. Oh, right, I didn't give a reason. Hang on, folks, I do apologize. I was supposed to give you all the reason. I know it's we're doing it on the fly, but take a look into it. Let's go to the Weekender, because that's where I got my source from. Right, I forgot to give you all the reason. It's because we will have track maintenance. So I do apologize about that. I know I'm doing it on the fly, but this is important because I don't want miscommunication. So anyhow, A trains will be running in two sections between 207th Street and Euclid Avenue, and between Howard Beach, JFK, and Mott Avenue. And once again, to clarify, this is all due to track maintenance on the elevated structure. Buses will run along two routes. Local buses will run between Euclid Avenue and Howard Beach via Lefferts Boulevard, Ozone Park, making stops at Grant Avenue, 80th, 88th Streets, Rockaway Boulevard, 104th, 111th Street, Lefferts Boulevard, Aqueduct Racetrack, and Aqueduct North Conduit Avenue. I'll also mention, if you can, please use the Q37 bus if possible if you are going to Aqueduct this weekend for Resorts World. Express buses will run between Euclid Avenue and Howard Beach JFK Airport. Transfer between trains and shuttle buses at Euclid Avenue and or Howard Beach JFK Airport. You can also use the Q10 bus for service to JFK Airport from Lefferts Boulevard A train station, or the Q10 bus for service to Kew Gardens Union Turnpike to connect with the E and the F lines. At Howard Beach JFK, A trains board at the Manhattan-bound platform. No. You can also travel to JFK Airport via the J line at Broadway Junction in East New York. You can take the J line to and from Sutton Boulevard, Archer Avenue, where the JFK Air train is available. And that's where I will go into the J line in just a second. We're going to go into the G now because there's headaches on the G this weekend. The 26th to the 29th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Coney Island bound F and Church Avenue bound G trains will skip 4th Avenue, 9th Street, 15th Street, Prospect Park, and Fort Hamilton Parkway in Brooklyn due to electrical improvements. For service to these stations, take the G to Church Avenue and transfer to a Court Square bound G train. For service from these stations, take the G to Smith 9th Street and transfer to a Church Avenue bound G train. And I'll quickly mention this right now. I should have mentioned it earlier in the video. Matt Camper, believe it or not, has a presentation that he made for you all this weekend that I got a link of. So if you want to take a look at that, I suggest, if you can, please do so, because this is also going to affect the same part as the F line, because many of you know if you take the F also goes to Church Avenue, and this is also going to affect service on the F this weekend in Brooklyn. April 26th to the 29th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Church Avenue bound G trains will skip Bedford Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. For service to the station, take the G to Classen Avenue and transfer to a Court Square bound G train. And I do apologize for that error. For service from the station, take the G to Mulberry Avenue and transfer to a Church Avenue bound G train. Alternate note. For service to the station, consider using the Cadman-bound B38 bus on DeKalb Avenue to Classen Avenue. Walk 1 block south to Lafayette Avenue for the Classen Avenue station. Also, once again, I reminded you all last week about this. Until May 6th, Kurt Square bound G trains are skipping Flushing Avenue because station improvements. Use a Church Avenue bound G train to complete your trip. Transfer at Broadway or Myrtle Willoughby Avenue. Good news is, I can't believe I'm saying this, other than the station rehab project on 111th Street, there's no planned work on the J this weekend! Yay! That's very good for all the A-Train customers who are impacted by the service change this weekend and next weekend. So hopefully there will be no headaches on the J next weekend as well. On the L line, and this is going to be until the summer of 2020, unfortunately, due to tunnel rehabilitation from Superstorm Sandy, weekends beginning Friday, April 26th from 10 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday through the summer of 2020, probably July, L trains will run every 20 minutes between Rockaway Parkway in Canarsie and 8th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen. My bad, that's Chelsea. I do apologize, that's Chelsea. Beginning Friday, April 26th, every night from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday, all L trains at 1st Avenue and 3rd Avenue in Manhattan board from the Brooklyn Brown platform. Now, we are done with the service changes for the Queens subways. Now, we will go to the Long Island Railroad service changes. This weekend on the Long Island Railroad, we only have one service change listed. And that is, of course, on the Babylon branch. And Matt Camper, thanks to him again, gave me the heads up about this. That the east end of the Merrick and Belmore platforms will be closed. So, summary says, the east end to the platforms at Belmore and Merrick stations will be closed from 6 a.m. Let me highlight it so that you all can remember the time frame. 6 a.m. Saturday, April 27th through 8 p.m. Sunday, April 28th, weather permitting. Now, let's take a look at the weather for New York City this weekend, and I was researching this before I did the video. Now, I know for a fact, Friday and Sunday in the New York area, it is supposed to rain. So, what I'm wondering is, maybe they'll get some part of the work done. I mean, we'll take a look and see what Sunday has entail. Alright, chance of showers at 2 p.m. 36% precipitation. So maybe it'll just be scattered. That would be a good question, because I would just say watch Pine Power Live for weather updates over the weekend, but the reason why they are doing the reason why the platforms are going to be closed, and I'll rephrase my vocabulary, is the LARR personnel are going to be repainting the canopy at both of the stations. This work is one of the elements of renovations being performed at those stations. Weekend customers using the Belmore and Merrick stations must be in the first 6 cars to board and exit the trains. Please use the elevator or staircases west of the elevator to access and exit the platform. More importantly, please use the MyLIRR website this weekend if you're traveling from Merrick and Belmore, because if you have plans this weekend and you're coming eastbound, I would just say this. if you know your train's going to be, let's say, 8 to 10 cars, as an example, and most likely on the weekends they'll shorten the cars to 8 cars. No, the trains to 8 cars. If you know you're going to be in the first 6 cars, then you at least know you have a chance to get out. Because let's say, you're going to bypass Belmore. Well, unfortunately, you would have to get off at Watawa and then wait a half hour for the next train, which I wouldn't recommend. So just be aware if you're taking the trains this weekend. So we'll just take a look now at the Modern LI website, and you know who launched this before she left, Elise Pica, the former executive vice president of the Long Island Railroad. She was the one who launched this website. So anyhow, the Belmore Station enhancements, remaining construction will still be ongoing, and hopefully it'll be finished this weekend, and hopefully the painting will be done. It better be. But anyhow, Belmore Station along the Babylon branch has a weekday ridership of approximately 7,000 customers. This station is receiving a full menu of station upgrades, including platform rehab and a new platform canopy. I'll zoom this in so you can read this along with me. I do apologize. That's better. Zoom in one more. That's better. The platform waiting room has been renovated and now includes new windows, doors, wall tiles, lighting, and a new HVAC system. And also, remember, last year when I did my Belmore Summit with Pine Power LI, they were in the progress of reconstructing the waiting room at Belmore. So, I know in June, and I'll confirm this right now, there will be a Belmore 2.0. I'm keeping my promise. I have a tentative date scheduled in June that I'm not going to reveal at the moment. But anyhow, the station building is being upgraded with the replacement of wall tiles, new signage, lighting, bulletin boards, CCTV security cameras, new ticket windows, and refurbished restrooms with ADA compliant fixtures. The stairs and escalator will also be updated to complement other refurbishments at the station. New bench seating, USB charging stations, information kiosk, free public Wi-Fi, and various art and historic elements are being added to the station environment to improve and enhance the overall customer experience. These enhancements are part of a larger LIRR modernization project to improve customer experiences and contribute to the growth and economy of Long Island. So as you see here, site survey and design underway, platform waiting room refurbishment completed, station building rehabilitation completed ongoing, remaining construction target completion April 2019. Now we'll go to Merrick. Just like Belmore, it serves more than 7,000 customers every weekday. The station is currently receiving station enhancement with a targeted completion date, which was the end of last year, but they're still working on it. Platform level improvements will include a new canopy, new LED light fixtures, and a complete renovation of the waiting areas. Once the renovation of the station is finished, LIRR customers will enjoy a new HVAC system, lighting, USB charging, benches, Wi-Fi, and updated restrooms. The plaza area and sidewalks will be rehabilitated, and bike racks and benches will be available in the area surrounding the station. Alright, and one last thing, I just want to quickly take a look and see the press releases. So we'll just take a look at the old site, because I'm going to miss the old site. It was really easy to use. I don't know why they made the new website so hard to use. I find it very hard to use these days. Alright, so let's just take a look. So no important press releases. That's what I like to do sometimes last minute in these videos. So, that being all said, that's going to wrap up this week's video. So, Thank you all for watching. And until the next one, please take care.